Hello, hyperspace. My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped because so much information has been said about Infinite Warfare. From the campaign trailer to little hidden Easter eggs, they haven't said anything about multiplayer yet, but they have confirmed that there is going to be a zombie mode, and they said the zombie mode is going to take place in a different universe from the campaign, and it's going to play out differently from Treyarch zombies and Advanced Warfare zombies. And I'll give you guys some more information on that when they start, spewing out to the public. But there's something I want to talk about, a couple things on the trailer that I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen by now, and something that people are saying about the trailer that I want to put my opinion down on it. Now, with the trailer, we all know it's going to take place in space. Now, I'm pretty sure the multiplayer isn't going to take place in space. They're probably going to stick to the main COD mechanics in a stage with your guns, and you shoot at each other. However, in the trailer, there were a couple of scenes that you saw this dude with a jetpack. Instantly, people jumped to movement mechanics. He's like Infinity Ward's trying to do Black Ops 3's jetpacks and, power slides, or they're trying to do Advanced Warfare's exosuits. I'm not really feeling that. The reason for this is because they weren't putting a lot of emphasis in it. It was just one of those side characters that had the jetpack. If the jetpack movement systems were in the game, they would have shown more people using it in the trailer, because they want you to know what's going to be in the campaign. That's what the trailer is for. The trailer is showing you guys what's going to be in the campaign. They say the campaign's going to feature, a lot of explosions. The campaign's going to feature robot allies. They're going to feature, space and space battles with battleships. However, they didn't actually specifically point out any kind of exosuit movement. The exosuit movement that they did show was just like 2 or 3 guys off on the side, and they're like 2 blurry dudes. They were blurry, you didn't want to pay attention to them, they're like off on the side of the screen. Blurry dudes with jetpacks who just flew over a tank. And if you actually look at the jetpacks, it wasn't no exosuit, and it wasn't no Black Ops 3 tiny little back jetpack. It was actually this big fat jetpack. If you look at the video, it looks kind of like, if you guys have played Black Ops 3, you know how Firebreak has that tank on his back, and it's kind of like that big tank that where the fire comes from. The jetpack that these guys had was actually bigger than Firebreak's tank. And if that's the case, I don't think they're going to put those kind of movement mechanics into multiplayer. However, I feel like if they are, I think it would be a good idea to maybe make the exosuit a kill streak. That way everybody would still have boots to the ground. However, if you were good enough and you wanted it, you can earn yourself that kill streak, get those exo movements, and you stick to it until you die. Maybe it can be something cheap, because everybody knows how exo movements work. Maybe you get yourself maybe 3 or 4 kills, you call in a care package, and it's an exosuit. And you get Black Ops 3 mechanics, and you just, stick with that suit until you die, and then once you die, it disappears, and you gotta start all over. But another thing I want to cover is, how is the campaign going to play out? How is the game going to feel? And you gotta put a little thought into this, because they're releasing Infinite Warfare alongside the remake of COD 4. Now, Call of Duty, they know how successful COD 4 was. They know how many people loved COD 4, and because of this, they're going to make Infinite Warfare phenomenal, because they don't want to be beaten by one of their past titles. Call of Duty is about a game that wants to keep advancing. They want to keep getting better and better, and getting outclassed by one of a dated version of their games is kind of like a little humiliation on their part. They want to continue upgrading, they want to continue getting better, and they want to continue producing the best content that just keeps evolving and getting better for the community. As you see, Black Ops 3 is a lot better than Advanced Warfare and so on. They want to continue moving forward and get better and better. So I feel like Infinite Warfare is probably going to be Infinity Ward's best chance and best shot at making the, quote, perfect Call of Duty. Because they have to beat Black Ops 3, which I would say would be kind of hard in my opinion, because Black Ops 3 is a very good Call of Duty. But on top of that, they're launching it alongside Call of Duty 4. Now, COD 4 is known in the history books of Call of Duty as one of the best Call of Duties ever made. And it's a really ballsy move to unleash Infinite Warfare alongside COD 4, because now they have to compete on beating Black Ops 3, and they're going to have to top off their best game COD 4, and a lot of people saying COD 4 is their best game. Some people say it's MW2, but, you know, for the most part, people are saying COD 4 was Infinity Ward's best game. And Infinity Ward is aiming really high for this one. Not only is it their, I would say a lot of people are saying it's their last chance because a lot of people hated Ghost, and Infinity Ward clearly just stepped away from the Ghost series because Ghost ended with a cliffhanger, and you see now Infinite Warfare is just starting a whole new series. So they realized their mistake in Ghost. So it looks like they're just completely avoiding it. So here comes Infinite Warfare, their last chance. They want to make this game as best as they can by beating Black Ops 3, beating one of the best CODs in history, and finally taking their place at the very top as they used to be in the Call of Duty franchise. So, I know a lot of people are saying, you know, it's space warfare, it's not going to be that good. You know, don't doubt them. This is Infinity Ward's last chance. They gave us a lot of really good Call of Duties in the past. We had COD 4, which I said was known to be one of the best CODs. They had MW2, which a lot of people really, really loved. They had MW3, which wasn't the best like COD 4 and MW2, but a lot of people are saying MW3 was still very, very good. And they made Ghost, and Ghost was their only screw-up, and it looks like they learned from it. So, you know, don't doubt them yet. They still got a little bit of kick left. They can still step up their game, and they can still give us some really, really interesting Call of Duties. Another thing I want to cover is the supply drops and how is that going to work. They haven't confirmed anything about that, and according to business standards, they probably won't say anything about it until launch day or maybe the multiplayer trailer, because if they say anything about supply drops on this stage, it's going to make a lot of people turn away. So what they're probably going to do is say they'll probably announce it maybe during the multiplayer reveal, or maybe they'll just stay completely quiet and then let you find out when you buy the game. But for supply drops being in Call of Duty, I would say, at least, you know, the new Call of Duty, I would say for business purposes, it will be. For fan purposes, it will not be. However, the same thing, what I would feel like would be the best approach is, if supply drops has to be in Infinite Warfare, keep it strictly cosmetic. We all know you're going to have some characters to customize in some way, even if it's characters like specialists or just your generic dude that you can customize like Advanced Warfare. Keep it generic for the supply drops, so you can get yourself a new shirt and some pants in the supply drops. However, you want to get yourself a new weapon, let's say if you want to get yourself an AK-47 or an ACR that just came out as DLC, if you want to get that, make it so you can purchase that in the PlayStation Store, because everybody wants the weapons. That's what everybody's buying the COD points for. They're spending their money on COD points, trying to roll in Black Ops 3, because they really want those weapons. And they're not getting it, and that's what's really putting up the hate towards Black Ops 3 at the moment. So just cosmetic, supply drops, everything else that's game-changing, like weaponry, put into PlayStation or Xbox Store. But that's the end of the video here, so if you liked it, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me on Twitter at Davontos, man. And remember, harness the power of positivity and never give up. And as always, I'll see all of you in my next video. Have a nice day!